So it's been about 10 years since I've tried a Samsung Galaxy tablet, and I've only been using the phones for the past 2 years. So it's been really great trying out the Galaxy Tab S10 Ultra, and I want to talk to you about it. You might be someone looking for a laptop replacement, and here is why I think this is the perfect choice. So there's 3 categories that I want to talk about. Number 1, functionality. This comes down to ease of use with things like the operating system, file management, accessories, and Samsung DeX. Number 2, battery life and portability. And then number 3 comes down to entertainment and content creation, because at the end of the day, it is a tablet. So let's start off with the first category. If you're looking for a laptop replacement, chances are you still need something powerful. Having a laptop means a daily driver to do things like work, document writing, doing plans, the list goes on. So why I think the Tab S10 Ultra is a great choice for this is a number of things, but number 1 is CPU and RAM. The Tab has a MediaTek Dimensity 9300 Plus processor this year, as opposed to a Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 that the Tab S9 Ultra had. Now this kind of means nothing to me in the grand scheme of things because I haven't used last year's model. Like I said, it's been about 10 years since I've tried a Samsung tablet, and I can't compare it to an iPad either because the iPad I have is a 2018 model. But what I will speak on is my own benchmarking, and that showed a 2051 single core score and a 7056 multi-core score for the CPU on Geekbench, with it flying high on the multi-core compared to the S24 Ultra, although not by much, but it fell short of the S24 Ultra in the single core score. The S24 Ultra is by far one of Samsung's best phones, and it's my favorite phone of the year. So one of the arguments that I had when I spoke to the Samsung reps is why would someone buy the Tab if they own this phone? And we'll get into that later. But nonetheless, these scores are really great, and it really does reflect real world usage with this tablet. Pairing it up with a 12 gigabytes of RAM and RAM Plus if you need an extra little bit of boost is great. And I believe this really does push boundaries that I never thought it would. Sure, I haven't used a current gen tablet for a little while, but this has been a really great piece of tech to use. And then we've got to talk about AI because we have to. It's hitting all of our devices, and Galaxy AI does make an appearance on the Tab the same way it does the phones. However, I think it's better suited for tab devices. If you're using the tablet for productivity, then Samsung Notes is going to come in handy. You can capture voice recordings through the app and then have Galaxy AI transcribe that for you. If you hit this button, it'll transcribe it. Or imagine you're in a university class and you're trying to take notes, but it becomes a bit messy across your tablet. Get Galaxy AI to neaten your handwriting or even transcribe that to text. It's also really easy to add in PDFs to Samsung Notes, and with the S Pen, signing documents is such a breeze. For the purpose of demonstration, I have added this old PDF into Notes, which was for an event that I went to, and let's say that I needed to sign on here. It is so easy to do so. Just like that. And with Galaxy AI being so easily accessible on the keyboard, you have your composer, you have your writing styles, and your spelling and grammar at your fingertips. Write me a thank you letter for my tickets to the Borderlands party, which is the document we just looked at. Let's make that casual. Generate. Dude, you are an absolute legend for these tickets. All right, let's do that. Actually, let's insert that. And that's basically just thrown it over the top of the PDF. Obviously, formatting is important. You want to line it up and get it in the right spot, but it really is that easy. And of course, you've got your usual Galaxy AI suspects like circle to search and sketch to image. Let's circle that, and it'll come up with the Borderlands movie. I do think these make the most sense for this device, especially with the S Pen. Sketching is a lot easier to do, of course, and this is just so easy to navigate with. So I'll throw the specs up on the screen for you, but the most impressive part about this is the micro SD slot, which does have an expandable memory up to 1.5 terabytes. So this really can become your computer. So we've established that it's powerful, but what about its operating system? Now I find One UI to be okay to use. If you are used to a Samsung phone, you're going to be able to navigate this with ease. But what I really enjoy is the file management system. Using internal and external drives are really easy to maneuver on here. You can just copy one thing to another without having to download it, without having to go into a different app. It's all just done in here. I find it to be very similar to Windows, which I like. I think that's really good. And I mean that in the sense of creating a chain of folders and finding your files. It's very easy. As a laptop replacement, it is very important to have an easy file system. And not to mention, your phone is going to talk directly to the tablet as well. So transferring data between the two is so easy. So let's quickly touch on Samsung DeX. If you know tech, you're going to know about this, but there are a lot of people that don't know what it is. And essentially, it is a mode on your phone or tablet that turns a different screen, so let's say a TV, into a desktop-like experience. Your tablet or your phone will become the mouse pad and the keyboard, or you can use a Bluetooth keyboard too, and project what you're doing onto that screen like a computer. Really great for hotel rooms if you do have a compatible TV and you need to see things on a bigger screen, or if you're like me and want to work from the comfort of your own couch, connect to your TV, grab a Bluetooth keyboard, use a trackpad on this, and you're good to go. This is actually how I spent my time scripting this video. And lastly, what makes a laptop functional? And that's a keyboard and mouse. I am blown away at how responsive my MX Keys and MX Master 3 mouse works on here. With my 2018 iPad, I'm very used to lag and latency, but this works so quickly. I can use the mouse like a normal cursor. Keyboard is super responsive and I can type things as if I am on a computer. And it really does help elevate that laptop-like experience. Of course, you can get a keyboard cover for the tablet as well. One that is just a keyboard and one that does have a keyboard and a trackpad. But unfortunately, I don't have this with the loan device. I only got sent the tablet, but using my Bluetooth mouse and keyboard has made no difference for me, other than the fact that I don't have a cover for the tablet. That was a lot of words, but let's move on to battery life and portability. Battery life has worked wonders for me. I don't have a lot of stuff installed on this device because I'm not using it to edit videos. I'm basically just using it as an admin tablet, doing all my documents, all my scripting, emails, and things like that, and the occasional photo edit as well. It's on 43% right now and it's 3 p.m. on a Sunday. This was 100% Saturday morning yesterday, and I was using the tablet all day. Of course, it'll be different when it comes to things like video editing or playing games, but I'm not doing those things. So what you'll find is I'll have a document open on one side, and then usually I'll have a browser open on the other, or my emails, and I'll kind of be chopping and changing between the two. But the actual battery capacity of this tablet is 11,200 milliamp hours. That's massive. They really did put the best of the best in here, and I think it shows. On the rare chance that I do use a tablet is usually for things like photo edits and what I just said in regards to my workflow. And I do enjoy the experience, but the biggest problem that I have with tablets is portability, and I'm really torn with this factor in regards to this tablet. It's a 14.6-inch tablet, which for a tablet is huge. But when we're talking about a laptop replacement, it actually isn't that big. The average laptop size would be between 13 to 15 inches. And this is at 14.6, it's basically the same thing, although the aspect ratio of the screen is not as tall. Traveling with this concerns me because of its size, but then I remember it is so much thinner than a laptop, and even putting a cover on it, it's so much lighter. Where my conflicting thoughts come into play is when I hold it, because this I need two hands to use. It is so large. But obviously, if I'm putting it on a stand and using it like a laptop, then it's not a problem. I think portability is a topic that will vary user to user, because if you are using it just as a tablet, it's massive, and you might have the same opinion as me. But if you are using it as a hybrid device, then it's kind of perfect. This video is very long, I'm sorry, but the last factor is entertainment and content creation. A tablet is great for all forms of entertainment, whether that's watching Netflix, playing games. You've got so much screen real estate here, which is going to be amazing, but tie that in with the amazing speakers, and you kind of have the ultimate entertainment hub. Just like Samsung's higher end phones, you are getting a dynamic AMOLED 2X display. It can get quite bright, you can dim it all the way down if you like to, but that OLED is giving you more punctured colors and of course, better contrast. And I think these displays are actually second to none in the phone and tablet market at the moment. I really do enjoy Samsung displays. Let's do a live speaker test with some royalty-free music. Speakers are up all the way. I think they're pretty good. I do like it more when I'm watching Netflix. I think it works best when you're watching something, but they're still pretty loud. With content creation, the S Pen comes in handy. With Lightroom, for example, you can make really precise adjustments and edits to your photos, and that is why I love the S24 Ultra. Having the S Pen and a really bright, punchy display helps with my photo edits, so I'm glad that I now have a much bigger screen for this. Like I said, I haven't been video editing on here, but it does have LumaFusion, you can get CapCut, you can get whatever you use on a tablet for video edits, and I have no doubt that it's going to perform well for that. But I just can't say that I've tried. You guys know why I haven't tried it, and that's because Final Cut Pro. Okay, so my overall question, if someone owns the S24 Ultra or the Z Fold 6, why would they go out and buy this tablet? Is the Tab S10 Ultra really necessary for someone who has these devices, especially at the premium price point? I really do think that this does take work and productivity to the next level and does provide a really good sense of separation between your devices. It is really hard to switch off from your phone these days. It is my biggest problem. My phone is my life. It is my work. It is my personal thing. I can't separate the two. So having these two devices really does help separate my workflow from my enjoyment and my entertainment. Whether or not I make the tablet my entertainment device and my phone my work device, or vice versa, it really helps put that boundary in place. So given the fact that the Tab S10 Ultra can do everything that this phone can do, and in some circumstances so much better, it really does make this a great companion device. And the pen charges and magnetizes to the back. Very handy, but I will quickly say it can get a bit annoying. I wish it could slot into the tablet somehow, but the tablet is very thin. With impressive battery life, CPU performance, and an incredible display and sound, this device does get a 10 out of 10 from me. If you have any questions, make sure you leave them in the comments below. I'll do my best to answer them. And thank you again to Samsung for sponsoring this video.